This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Andy Breakstone says Austin Jackson, Manny Diaz, Lewis Brinson, 3 worst sports stars in South Florida. Brother, you and I are going to disagree. I'm going to give Lewis Brinson the nod over both those guys. I've admired the way Lewis Brinson has tried to fight through all this adversity. And he's gotten better, and his defense is really good. Now, his offense obviously leaves a lot to be desired. But at least I admire him. You know what I mean? Austin Jackson, I have no opinion on Austin Jackson yet. I'm not there. Manny Diaz is a utter failure. He's a joke. There's no other way to spin Manny Diaz. When this crap goes on every year, every week, and it never changes, you're an effing joke, dude. You are. You're an effing joke. I watched Flo with less talent in year one, and they were one of the least penalized teams in the NFL, which reminded me of Shula back when he got the Scabs, and the Scabs were one of the least penalized teams out there because with Shula, he coached them up, dude. He coached them up. You can coach out mistakes. You can coach a player to play hard and play smart. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to win everything. He can lose the battles. And I think people can deal with losing the battles. It sucks, but if you're giving effort and the person in front of you is really good, people can live with that. They can't live with poor effort, poor preparation, or like University of Miami players, apparently they choose not to even tackle. Yeah. You want to know why the University of Miami is what it is? It's soft. And that's because the coaches are probably soft. Manny talks a good game, but his teams are soft, man. His teams fold like a cheap tent. I can only go by what I see. So Lewis Brinson has shown me way more character than Manny Diaz has any day of the week. Manny Diaz, he knows it and he looks it, that he's out of his league. He's like Saturday Night Live back in the day, the not ready for primetime players. Manny Diaz deserved to go to Temple. He needed to go to Temple. That's what he was, a Temple type of coach. He needed to go to smaller programs and make the mistakes. That's why I told you guys that as painful as it is with what's happened in the past with the Dolphins, you look at Rick Spielman, and while he was tied up with all kinds of BS here and power struggles and all of that, he was still young at his job. And then he goes to Minnesota, and he's done a damn good job. He hasn't been able to figure out the quarterback yet. But everything else, his teams have been pretty damn good and talent-wise. So he became a good GM after he left the Dolphins. And Jeff Ireland, as much as of a disaster as he was here, and in the middle of power struggle after power struggle, which was a norm for the Dolphins for years, no matter who was here, he goes to the Saints, and people that cover the team swear by that guy making a difference in their drafts over the last couple of years. That's why I say Chris Grier is only starting year 3, totally in charge. You have to be patient. Everything's not going to be perfect, but there is progress being made. And as long as there's progress being made, you can't overreact on one terrible game. You have to give these gentlemen some time to develop. With Manny Diaz, there has been zero progress. Don't tell me that they recruited a couple of extra guys that are 4 stars or whatever. Those guys are going to leave after this now. You know how active the transfer portal is going to be at the end of the year? Why? Because every year they see it's a shit show. Every year they see it's unorganized. Dolphins aren't unorganized. Flo is organized. Flo gets the best out of his players year in and year out, and his teams get better as the year goes on. So that's why I'm not going to go, ape crap over a terrible, terrible game. I'm going to say, okay, gentlemen, let's see what you can do from here on out. Let's find out. Let's see how much you can improve this offensive line. Let's see what you can do.